Well, hello again, Mavic traders, and welcome out to your daily currency recap. This is Ankit here, and let's break down today's market price action. It's Thursday, July the 18th. Let's get into it. As always, we'll be breaking down today's market price action by looking at broader markets, then bring it down to our currency baskets, take a look at any major news reports, and then we'll take a look at some possible setups ahead. Let's get into it.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional stock and option traders. Maverick Trading is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional trader for Maverick, click the apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
So let's just jump right into our market analysis and take a look at the numbers and start with the news of the day. So what we have today is the equity markets pulling back further. So again, we have been very bullish in the market. So we're just getting this sell-off that we had yesterday, and we have a continuation today. So market seems to be under pressure. So what is happening? We're seeing a risk-off sentiment over a risk-on sentiment. We also had the ECB today, and again, no changes from the statement, and ECB didn't really move much on that. But we'll take a look at how the price action looks in the upcoming 24 hours. Now, let's just take a look at the numbers here and see where the movements were. As you can see that decent movements today, dollar especially, had a nice reversal. Again, it continues to with the range of price action here. And the yen, which had an impressive rally in the last few days and pulled back further. So probably these are the two paid currencies that we're going to pay attention to in the upcoming 24 hours. Swiss franc did pull back, but overall, the strength is still there. So there's definitely not a whole lot of movement in the euro and the Swiss franc and the pound. So European currencies didn't really move much. So where we are seeing movements is that the underperformers turn out to be the outperformers. We are seeing the CAD and the dollar, they were both under pressure. They are up today. We are seeing the Aussie slightly higher. We had a positive job support yesterday, but again, didn't really impact much on the Aussie here. Again, not a good sign. Then the Kiwi remains the underperformer. So it looks pretty clear what we're looking at in the upcoming 24 hours. Now, looking at outside of that, you can see the S&P is down 0.57%. The World Stock Index is down as well. Gold is down. Oil is down. So looks like a negative day across the board. Crypto was slightly up, but crypto is just moving all over the place here. Here's the results in crypto. You can see not the best price action here. Bitcoin is weak, but then here we are. Ethereum had a nice strong day, and Bitcoin Cash had a nice strong day, and Litecoin is also down. Don't love the price action here, so I think there's definitely better movements in the currency market. So here we are with the currency outlook here. Now the question is it time to shift our market outlook to maybe a +2? You can see that we are still above the 2050 and the slope here, but we are definitely lower where we were just 2 days ago. So at this point, if we break below this moving average here, let's just take a look at the chart closely here. You can see that where we are right at the 20-day moving average. If the market breaks below here, there's quite a bit of distance between the 20 and the 50. That's where the market can, sell off a little bit more, and we can see a bit more risk-off sentiment in the markets here. Now, as far as the schedule goes, remember, we are in the final stretch of this trading week. So we are only looking at things from, to enter and probably exit by the end of the week. So shorter time frame, we're looking for velocity. Wherever the movement is, that's where we're going to go. Tomorrow, we have the pound retail sales, and we have the CAD retail sales. There's only 2 more news events, in the next 24 hours. So what we're going to look for is the extension of the momentum here. So let's just do our currency analysis here and take a look at some velocity score. And based on the velocity score, what are we seeing here? Well, Swiss franc and the dollar is actually doing the best. The yen did pull back. The Kiwi looks terrible. And even pound. Remember, pound has been one of the best currency for the most part of this month. It started to weaken here. So we're going to address that too. This is a time maybe to take profits on some of those pound crosses. And you can see that there's a whole lot in the middle. But I think in the next 24 hours, I'm leading euro going more to the right side, the CAD to the right side, and then Aussie to maybe weaken here. So that's what I'm looking at. And let's just jump and take a look at some possible trades ahead.
Do you want to be a professional trader? Maverick Currencies is the oldest US-based Forex and crypto prop trading company that will pay you for trading with our capital. Trade our capital and keep 70 to 80% of the profits. We are looking for traders just like you that are hardworking and motivated. Click the apply link on the top right of this video to see if you have what it takes. That link takes you to a 4-minute video that explains the trader position available, and you read a list of FAQs that answer pretty much all the basic questions you have at this point. After watching the video and reading the FAQs, if you're interested, fill out an application, then you'll watch the full-length recruiting video, and then schedule an interview with one of our traders. Are you our next trader?
And looking at some possible trades ahead, as we just looked at where the velocity scores and everything else is, let me just show you exactly where I'll be hunting in the next 24 hours. Let's just take a look at the currency basket. I want to show that Swiss franc so far actually doing really well. It's making a high base. Again, don't ask me why Swiss franc is pretty strong, but you can see that we had a pretty impressive rally in the last 2 days and just holding on to those gains here. So we're going to take a look at Swiss franc crosses. Here we are dollar. Remember we talk about range for price action? We are at the upper end of the range and the bottom end of the range. At this point, we're just bouncing on the bottom of the range. I think we can have a nice little breakout to the upside, as there's still quite a bit of room for this to run before we can hit some resistance here. So looking for some sort of a shallow pullback or a bit of a base to go look for an extension higher off of it. So that's what we're seeing in the dollar here. And then here we are with the yen. Remember, dollar and yen, the way they work is one is strong, one is weak. And, that's how the correlation has been working out. We can see that we're getting a nice reversal candle here. So in the past, every time it rallies, what we see some reversals. Now, this is the right time to look for reversals. I think at this point, what I'm looking for is a slight further downside pullback. We can still get towards the levels where we started this next level extension from, but I think in the next 24 hours, I'd like more yen to the downside and dollar to the upside. And then as far as the weakness goes, Kiwi goes on the top of the list here. I mean, take a look at how beautiful the price action is on a 4-hour chart on the currency basket. It's just making that low base here. And then Aussie, which had a bit of a rally early, but then take a look at it. That's failing. So I like the Aussie short as well. And then lastly, the CAD. And take a look at the CAD. I mean, CAD don't look the best. If the dollar is going to rally, I think the CAD's just going to go along with it. If I take a look at these levels, this is the support, this is the resistance. It's just bouncing off from a support level. So I would expect maybe this will catch a bit of a rally in the next 24 hours. Remember, we're just looking for that momentum. We're not trying to figure out where things are going to go in the next couple of weeks. We're looking at things where it's going to go in the next 24 hours. So here are the setups that I'm looking at. Based on that, I got Kiwi Swiss franc that we just, so here we are, beautiful low base pattern here. I'll be looking at it maybe on an hourly to a 4-hour chart. You can kind of take a look at that time frame, but they all kind of look very similar. So I'll set this up based on my velocity score. So let's just change the velocity score here. And you'll see a beautiful low base pattern that's forming here. So I like a further extension to it, to the downside from there. So that's the first one, goes on the top of the list here. I can also take a look at Aussie Swiss franc as well, and actually doing a very similar thing. Now with the extension move here in the dollar, perhaps we can take a look at Kiwi dollar. Here we are with the Kiwi dollar, just rolling over here. This is a 4-hour chart. If we break below the support here, I like this further to the downside here towards this 59.80 area. Same thing goes with the Aussie dollar as well. I mean, look at that remarkable sort of a reversal that's we're getting here. So if you break below this area, I think this can continue weakening further from there. That's what I'm looking in the next 24 hours. And then lastly, taking a look at dollar against the yen, and that's sort of rallying here. So the momentum is picking up, velocity is picking up, and I think as it gets above the parabolic SAR, it probably have a decent rally as well. So you can see that this is the level of resistance. It broke out, If I can even trade this on an hourly chart, just use the exponential moving average and the parabolic SAR to guide our stop here. So that's what I'm looking at in the next 24 hours. Looking for that continuation from what we saw today. I think there's definitely risk to the reward there. That's the game plan. Looking for velocity, things to move, and we'll come back on Currencies Room and reevaluate our outlook for next week. That's the game plan. Have a good rest of the evening. See you next one. Cheers.